iDoctumSEN Limited is a company developing and distributing educational software and application. The idea of developing the application iDoctumSEN, meaning Special Educational Needs, came from the International Pető András Institute, a famous Hungarian organization educating children with cerebral palsy. Conductive education's origin lies in the works of Hungarian Professor András Pető, whose National Institute of Motor Therapy created a framework for an educational model in which children with disabilities could have an education that met their particular physical and intellectual needs. The detrimental effects of a brain injury impede the whole development of the child. Therefore, practitioners of conductive education prefer a treatment that considers the individual as a unified whole and provides an overall holistic intervention. Holistic means that everything in life, the total functioning of the individual, personal development and social organization, is seen as interdependent, interconnected, multi-leveled, interacting and cohesive. This idea of whole underpins the system from which Pető thought that children with motor disorders would benefit. Accordingly, teachers called conductors of children with cerebral palsy, as well as preschool and primary school children, took part in the testing process. Application development engaged a bottom-up approach, taking the needs and demands of the ultimate users into consideration. In the development phase, special attention was paid to the compatibility of the application with any digital device. It runs on PC as well as on tablets so as to open the door for anybody to reach it in accordance with the computer device at his or her disposal, such as eye tracking, speech technology, special mouse, etc. The appropriate digital instrument can be chosen in accordance with the sort of disorder. The target group of this application involves children with injuries springing from preschool and primary school years, e.g. CP. But these educational games are excellent for the average children as well. We aimed at a universal design to bring about an application suitable for a wide range of users. The most susceptible periods of the evolution of the nervous system are the sensomotoric stage, extending from birth to the age of 2, and the sensory integration age at the age of 5 and 7. These are the very stages where information given by our organs of sense is coordinated with that of perception and motion. We can support it in the course of the preschool and primary school period. The first step of the configuration of both applications is to select the language, facilitating the international English or Hungarian use of the program, while the list is likely to be extended. Voices and sounds can be switched on and off here too. The selection of hand dominance is a unique improvement among the games to be found on the market, which is of paramount importance while using the tablet. The selection of game level can be set agreeing with the age and skill level of the child. Playing is the prime activity of children, so learning is the most efficient in playful action. While developing both applications, we strove after playfulness, learning playfully and successfully. We heeded the chronology so that easy tasks should be followed by more and more difficult ones. E.g., the range of colors and the appearance of blended colors are increasing in the magic of colors, while the length of the labyrinth grows, obstacles turn up, the colors marking the steps disappear, and the operations vary by turns in the Pathfinder Junior. In the Help Rules menu, illustrations with text, sounds and pictures help users and children with different abilities to understand the rules. In this menu, parents and educators can be informed of the special methodological contents of the applications, and the access to data of contributors are also to be obtained here. Devices can only turn round if the users use their fingers of refined sensibility. Should they try to touch it with their palm of fist, the program will be cut off. In case of PCs, the game can be continued by clicking. By raising the levels, blended colors appear after primary ones, and the range of colors is growing in number. The appearance of contoured forms contributes to improving figure and form stability, visual analysis and discrimination as well. In case of a right solution, the silhouette form gets colored. A gold star appears in the upper right corner and rewards children with tinkling. In case of a wrong color choice, the silhouette form begins to vibrate from right to left, indicating error, and does not become colored. There is a possibility for correction. Having found the right color, the form becomes colored. In this case, however, it is not accompanied with a gold star. In the course of this learning exercise, self-assessment and self-control are made possible. Due to the possibility of self-correction, knowledge expands, while self-confidence, steadfastness, regard of rules and patience increase. We realized that our children have problem with the color and shape recognition. They were not able to recognize the primary and mixed colors. This is why we decided to develop an application together with the BalIDoc Limited, which helped our children to improve their skills such as color and shape recognition, hand-eye coordination, and many other skills. As a positive effect of using the application, we realized that they take courage in coloring and keep an eye on the lines of demarcation, and even try to practice magic in plasticine colors too. After the start, a tail illustration of a jolly hedgehog roving the streets comes into sight. Children not able to read yet should listen to the tale read out by an adult, which improves their comprehension. In the case of those already able to read, from left to right, from above and downward, their visual perception and the recognition of spatial directions, as well as comprehension, develop. By touching the start key, 2 dice appear. By clicking and touching, they spin simultaneously, then they stop. The labyrinth appears, and the dice with dots can be seen on the proper side as well as with the operation signs among them, depending on the hand dominance required. The child realizes where the hedgehog is, in which direction to set off, and where to arrive. Hereby, casual thinking and deductive understanding is being trained. The child imperceptibly solves a mathematical question, reasons and designs a route. It marks out a route in the chart, obtaining color in the labyrinth. By this means, orientation develops, spatial directions and their names are introduced. In case the child marked less or more than rolled or turned off the track, the hedgehog will not start and the start key will begin to vibrate. He or she has to outline steps again to resume the game. In case tracing corresponds to the roll of the dice, the hedgehog will reach the goal and the player will get a reward of a tinkling gold star. In case of dyslexia and dyscalculia, missing the mark is frequent as a result of mistakes in the recognition of numerals, in the solution of fundamental operations, or in holding and following the course, the memory of workmanship, or reasoning. The child, however, being motivated in the game, does attempt to restart and will find the solution. His or her self-esteem, steadfastness of exercise, compliance and patience increase. The application improves, refines manipulation, visual perception and analysis, attention, figure background segmentation, the knowledge of relations, laterality, the recognition of global numbering, as well as arithmetic and logical thinking. The relative development of child is continuously followed by the teacher's attention and feedback so as to shorten their playing time and to find the result more quickly. They make fewer mistakes while solving the problems. Collected starts grow in number. Experiences in playing the program make children able to use their knowledge acquired in other activities and learning situations too. While playing Pathfinder Junior, children add to their self-confidence in reading skills. They recognize the number types on dice more easily and quickly, They learn their way around identifying directions, become more determined in observing rules, quicker as well as more courageous and practical in working out mathematical operations, and they show progress in reasoning too. Children in the András Pető kindergarten and elementary school are trained by the teachers of special education needs children with the traditional conductive pedagogical methods in a complex way. With the advancement of time, using ICT for children with physical disabilities and with learning difficulties is crucial. At the appropriate branch of the András Pető school, for example, following corrective development in a given case, notebooks are used for the furthering of writing skills and generating references in writing. Knowing and applying a modern, innovative technique is especially important for children with disorder of locomotion and those needing special education, so different applications were tested. Development included using and testing several applications for children, as well as making statistics of their developing results. Since these games were not designed especially for children with disabilities, in the course of their use, some difficulties emerged. So it was high time we made a proper program for our trainees. The program newly completed takes into account modern sciences and research, pointing at the urgent need to promote stability of hand dominance in order to develop all the sub-skills such as speech and movement, parallel to that of the skills of the injured side. In the course of developing the program, children rendered a continuous help in testing the finished versions. That made continuous revision and conversion possible. In the Strength of Development Agenda experiences children are willing to use, they even ask and wait for both applications.